We're live. Unbelievable entrance. I love.
Kaboom!
Yes. So today is episode 191. This is,
Wait, which one? First I heard 192.
Oh, you're right. Let me just make sure I did
You
it right.
son of a bitch.
192. I wrote it down, but I forgot.
Cool.
And this is your lovely host, Darren Branch, and his lovely co-host, Anthony Merville. First off, we would like to congratulate Darren on his first class back. How does it feel to be a teacher again?
Oh,
A
man.
jiu-jitsu teacher specifically.
Oh, man. It was lovely. Like, I really can't express enough how much better I feel. Like, it's funny, like, sometimes when you're like a weirdo, crazy, depressed person, you don't notice that you're depressed. Like, sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good. Like, I laugh a good amount of times throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, like, sitting in my room sullen all the time. I'm not, like, drinking too much. I'm not smoking too much. I'm not, like, I didn't see any, like, real signs of a deep depression. And then I get ready for class yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And so since I haven't taught in a while, I recognize that I wasn't in a teacher's rhythm. Like, I say this a lot, but I really think that teaching is a lot like doing stand-up comedy. Athena! God damn it. It's a puppy. I think it's a lot like stand-up comedy. And so, like, no matter what you know, if you're not teaching on a regular basis and you're not in the proper state to communicate, you're going to be rusty. Your first class is going to suck dicks. Like, that's what I think in general.
Yeah.
So to make sure I didn't eat too many dicks, about an hour before class, I was like, I'm going to do whatever I can to change my state. And, like, I don't know if everybody's on this kind of shit, but I'm on this shit. You know, I'm ready for that. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take a shower. When I'm in the shower, I'm just going to sing. I'm just going to sing, like, whatever comes to my mind. And I want to sing, like, loud enough that it should be embarrassing for a regular person. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, I want to, like, start just being a little bit extroverted for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how it starts for me. So, like, I got to start, like, just singing in full voice. Like, if I can do that, I feel like I can do a lot of things. And so I started singing a little bit. Then I'm like, all right, I got to get some mantras. I got to, like, put myself in a mindset to start to contribute. And so I did a couple mantras. And, like, for me, a mantra isn't, like a meditative noise or anything like that. I'm not into, like, transcendental meditation. I'm not into Buddhism. So I'm not sitting around saying Om or anything. I'm, like, saying full sentences over and over again to, like, try to get my brain in a state where I'm, like, fucking psyched and, like, ready to go do some shit, you know?
Yeah.
So I did that for about 20 minutes, and then I got the headphones in, and I'm listening to some wild shit, and I'm, like, getting the energy. And then I taught class, and I came home after class, and I was like, man, I feel like way more clarity, and I felt like 10 pounds lighter, and, like, I felt like my squat went up 100 pounds.
Nice.
I just felt, like, powerful and light.
Okay.
I felt so much better, man.
That's always good.
And all I did was teach for a fucking hour. And I felt so much better. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I'm grateful to Ryan Couture, to Eric Nixick, for giving me an opportunity to teach at Extreme Couture. I will be teaching again on Wednesday, which is tomorrow as we're recording this live.
Mm-hmm.
When this comes out, it will be today.
Yeah.
If you're listening to it on audio. I'm teaching Wednesday at 6. I'm doing a fundamentals class in the gi. And at 7, I'm doing a no-gi. I'm covering for Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
But that 6 o'clock fundamentals class is my class now. Like, that's when I officially teach.
Right.
Yesterday, I was covering for Ryan again.
Mm-hmm.
He had a surgery for his nose to help him breathe and sleep more comfortably. Mm-hmm. And who knows? Maybe even become slightly more handsome. Who knows? So I was covering for him because he can't really have his nose touched. You know, he's in recovery. But that Wednesday 6 p.m. class, not only is that my foot in the door, but that's your opportunity if you're in Vegas to learn some jiu-jitsu from me. So If you fuck with me and you're in the desert, that's how you see me. 6 o'clock at Extreme Couture on Wednesdays.
Boom.
Boom.
Let it be known in
And
the
yeah, you
universe.
can fuck with me for privates too, you know.
Oh, hit them up. They're,
You know,
they're good
hey.
privates.
Hey, what do you mean they're good privates, sir?
Hey,
You
man.
watch your mouth.
Whatever you
we don't
want-
want any more fanfic getting written
Jiu-jitsu privates,
about my
non-sensual
private lessons.
jiu-jitsu private lessons.
His private lessons are very good. His privates are very good. You watch your tone, sir. Pause.
So what would you
Say
how
pause after
how
that.
would you rate yourself then? Or you say you're not rated? You say you don't rate yourself?
No, I don't.
Okay, you go. See. All right. Next subject.
I don't spend my time giving myself ratings.
Yeah.
You know. So are you familiar with pre-workouts, Anthony?
Like the idea of working out before you work out, or the beverage?
Like beverages.
I've heard of them. I've heard of them.
Oh, you've heard of them.
I've heard of them. I've not used them.
So pre-workouts were popular way before things like Red Bull and shit were popular.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And they are sources of caffeine for the most part. But they also have weird shit in them that make you feel crazy and tingly, like niacin and shit.
Yep.
So there's a product called No Explode.
No explode.
No Explode.
That sounds.
Or it could be No Explode. Who knows? I call it meth.
Meth.
It's fucking meth. So yesterday, young Casey had a full scoop, Casey?
Yeah, full scoop in 6 ounces.
Okay, so that's 275 milligrams of caffeine. So he was riding the snake. 6 ounces of water. So that's 75% of the liquid in a Red Bull.
Yeah.
And twice the amount of caffeine, essentially.
Yeah.
So do you understand the math on that? I know you're black, so I'm going to talk.
It's a lot of caffeine. A lot of caffeine.
But you got the slopey eyes, so maybe you got some Asian math skills.
I know.
Who knows?
I know that's like.
Like let's just say that a full scoop would definitely make me feel like it was time to clean my bathroom 40 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's aggressive.
Like, that's what happens when you're on meth, by the way.
Yeah.
Like you either have lots of sex or you just start cleaning stuff that's already clean.
Yeah. Welcome to Adderall.
That's why gay dudes like it so much.
That makes sense.
They like that white.
I like that.
Dude, you know what's really weird? All right, I gotta finish this pre-workout story. So, I realized today that like, I don't have to just take a full scoop.
Yeah, you don't.
I could take a little scotch.
A half scoop.
And
quarter scoop.
Or a third of a scoop.
There you go.
So that's what I did. I took a third of the No Explode, and I don't feel all tingly. But after my nap, I don't feel groggy either.
That's
so I
good.
took a nap, and I don't feel groggy anymore.
There you
Now let's get back to talking about meth.
All
I know
right.
this is all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun.
go. Go for it.
So I am a fan of webcams, right?
Yes.
I like watching webcams, and I like watching webcams of more regular looking people than hot people. Like, it's not that I don't like watching super hot girls jerk off. I do. But I think most of the time the super hot girls are really just working these marks more than they're working their clits, you know? Like,
Yeah.
So I don't really care to watch you work marks. Like, I'd rather watch a recording of a super hot girl than a webcam of a super hot girl, just because of the way that the market is.
Yeah.
But regular people who are just happening to display their masturbatory habits are what I like. I don't like people that are soliciting money as they jerk off.
It's like, oh yeah.
Like,
Give me
it should
$5.
just come to you naturally. You should be doing such a good job
That money just
that people just want to give you points or tokens,
Right.
whatever system we're fucking with, right? So recently, since I moved to the desert, I've realized that many of these cam people that I watch also do meth. Some of them have been doing meth on camera, and it's getting less and less shocking when a girl says on camera, like, I'm going to do a little white, or what they usually say is, the phrase is, I'm going to blow some clouds. And I'm like, the first time I heard that, right, I'm thinking, oh yeah, like I do drugs. Like if I smoke this and blow out, there'll be a cloud. I blow clouds, right? No, the fuck I don't, Anthony.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I do not blow clouds. It turns out I don't blow clouds at all. so I'm watching this really cute girl. She's like, I don't know, but I say girl. She's like in her 30s, right? And she's like, I'm just gonna blow some clouds and get crazy. And then I see her pull out a fucking meth pipe, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh, this is like super common. Like, way more people do meth than I thought. It's what I've come to discover. Like,
Yeah.
it's a relatively common drug choice.
Apparently.
And it's just not a drug in my circle. It was never in my circle of friends. Nobody did meth at my school.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't something that people did. Like, but it's quite common in the desert.
Apparently.
They like it out here.
That's very interesting. I would never guess that.
They also call it white. So like, I was texting with one of these webcam girls, and she's like, "Do you get high?" And I'm like, "Daily."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, like, do you smoke white?" And I was like, "No."
No. It's like, no.
No.
No, I don't.
Like, I don't hate myself.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not judging.
Right.
Here's the funny thing. I think I may have told you this story, but there was a time where a person who could be considered an executive looked me in the eye and was like, "Oh, like, do you guys do meth?" And I'm like, no. And they're like, "Oh, that's too bad. That's the best drug." And they were dead serious, okay?
You did not tell me this,
Like,
but this is a
they
great
were-
story.
What?
You have not told me this, but this sounds like a great story.
Dude, all right, so there's an interaction with an executive of some kind.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just trying to kayfabe this to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
And I meet with this executive, and I'm told, "Yo, we got to make a diversion because we got to make sure that, like, the house doesn't smell like weed when this executive gets to the crib." And I'm like, "Cool. Like, like I will fucking make a diversion. Like, we got to stop for sandwiches or like whatever. Like,
Yeah.
we got to stop for donuts. I'll come up with something." So I say to the executive, "Hey, I'll ride with you over to our house." And we start making our way to the car, and I'm chit-chatting. And as I'm chit-chatting, I'm trying to think of how am I going to distract this motherfucker so they have enough time to get to the crib and kayfabe the house.
Yeah.
Right? So that we can meet with the executive and try to make everything go the right way. I open the passenger door, and then there's a bag from a dispensary sitting on the door, on the seat that I have to move in order to sit down. And I'm like, I don't think
We have to worry about
we
anything.
need to be airing out a house for a motherfucker with dispensary bags in his rental car. Like, if you're,
Right,
you've
you-
already hit the dispensary. If it was like, all right, we land, rental, dispensary, business. It's like, nigga, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Like, that's the same itinerary that I would have had.
Yeah. Land,
Like, we don't need to kayfabe the house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Hey, we were gonna kayfabe our house for you."
Yeah.
Like, but this bag tells me we don't need to.
Right.
And he's like, "Well, do you guys do any PEDs?" And I'm like, "What? No." And he's like, "Well, if you do, kayfabe that, because I don't want to know." And I'm like, "No, like, that's not a concern." And he's like, "Well, do you guys do anything else?" And I'm like, like, maybe I do some other stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, you do meth?" And I'm like, "No." Like, I thought he was fucking kidding. Like, and I'm like, "No?" And he's like, "Oh, that's too bad. It's the best one." That shit happened in real life.
That's hilarious. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So way more people do that than you would think.
Yeah.
But
But like, do they call? Is it like everybody call? Is meth? Like, do they say like, oh, we're doing like meth, or is it like, I'm doing like Adderall or something like that? Is it like, does everybody have their own variation that they like, but they just call it?
I don't
meth?
know.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I see webcams blowing clouds way more often than I think.
well,
Like,
there you go.
and I'm just like, whoa.
Whoa.
You too, girl?
You too.
Meanwhile, out here, I'll be like, yeah, I smoke cigarettes. And people are like, oh
Oh my God! You're gonna get cancer.
my God.
You're
That's
gonna-
appalling.
You're gonna lose your teeth.
can you
dude.
do that?
You're gonna lose your teeth, man.
I probably am going to lose
No,
my
no,
teeth,
actually,
but,
the people do meth.
eventually, I'm going to make enough money to get new teeth.
Veneers. No, I'm talking about the people who do meth.
Well, they're not going to make enough money to get new teeth. That's too bad for them.
Yeah. You can't get those. You can't get those super bright white veneers. You got to get them like slightly used veneers.
That's what I want. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the same thing I was saying. I was like, I want to get slightly used veneers, not like used as somebody
But
else.
for now, when I meet a woman, I'm just going to tell her that my parents are from England.
Oh. Yes.
Like that's why my teeth are all. It's an island thing, you know.
Yeah. They stuck me in. They basically what they made me do every night before I went to bed. They made me gargle with ginger ale, and that's the reason why my teeth look the way they look.
I'm
So
British.
yeah, I'm British. That's what we do in England. Don't you know? We
were just talking about Tom Hardy, and people think he's super, super hot. His teeth are fucked the fuck up.
Yeah, they are.
Johnny Depp, his teeth are fucked the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
These are my role models, you know.
There you go.
These are the men that I look up to give me the confidence to smile at attractive women.
There you go. Let them know. Listen to them.
With no shame.
Y'all
I'm
better.
like, you know what? She would suck the shit out of Tom Hardy's dick. Let's just fucking go for this.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all better listen to
let's
him.
not be shy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Anthony, what's crack-a-lacking in the streets of jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu. There is a new. Well, first off, there is a tournament coming out this weekend or this Friday. It's called Full Kinetic. It is basically it's going to be in Anaheim, California. The way it works is quintet style, but it's America, so they said kick rocks to basically Sakuraba because nobody wants to fly to Japan to do that. So what they did instead was they're having it in California, and they have 4 different teams depending on businesses, MMA fighters, other grappling organizations, and it's the same rules as quintet, except the only difference is that I didn't see a list. I didn't see a weight limit, so I didn't see that. And then they also said that there's 8 minutes for all matches instead of 4 minutes if there's a giant weight discrepancy.
Okay, so let's just clarify for an audience that may not know what's going on. So quintet is a grappling format that's a team format where each team has 5 players. And in the original quintet, you had a maximum would be able to have a match that was half the length, right? So like if you're fighting a guy that's 40 pounds heavier than you don't have to fight him for the full length of time because he would whoop your ass basically.
Right.
So they're doing away with that aspect of it, but the elimination format remains the same.
Yep. So the teams are, let me get the team list back up.
It's an innovative format.
It is.
I'm glad that these formats are becoming more and more fluid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like some tournaments use EBI rules that are not associated with Eddie Bravo. It's only natural that people are going to take that quintet format and apply it to their events and make shit happen. I don't know if people try to claim true ownership over these rule sets, but hopefully it never goes that way and people are just allowed to continue to use rule sets and modify them as they please to create entertaining grappling environments.
Yeah. I don't even want to get over it. I don't even want to talk about that EBI rule set because that made me mad when I heard when Fight to Win had their the best no-gi grapplers versus the best no-gi grapplers versus the best IBJJF grapplers. And basically they were saying that these EBI grapplers are the best no-gi grapplers in the world. Because who
do they have?
I look at the list again. It was a while ago, but I was I didn't see no one from Craig Jones. I didn't see none of them Australian dudes, and I saw none of those dudes in New York. So I'm like, I don't really know if I would be saying that. Fight to Win.
If you're selling something, right?
Yeah, not even selling. It was post. It was post.
We found the top level B teamers around. You say we have the best guys.
Let's see, what was it? Best no-gi grapplers. Well, I'll look up that as we're going on.
I'm not mad at that piece of marketing. That's all it is. That's business.
I know it's business, but it was just
you do your best to make it true, and I think Seth does a great job. Seth is the guy behind Fight to Win. I think he does a very good job of making the events credible and exciting. So I'm sure he tried to call the best guys he could fucking afford.
Right.
Yeah,
no, that's fair. Also, shout out to him for doing the production for ADCC. It's gonna be fire. He got that contract.
I hope so.
Yeah, he got that contract. I was like, good for you, dude.
Yeah.
I'll look up that other stuff nonsense later. But we'll go back to Full Kinetic, which is the name of the event. So the lineup is they have 4 teams. You have
First of all,
what?
Full Kinetic is a shitty name.
Yeah.
All right, let's put that out there. Let the facts be known. Your name sucks all the dicks.
Yeah, Kinetic.
Now let's continue.
Yeah, Kinetic is a bad name. I'm sorry, it's Kinetic. I was reading that it's Kinetic, but still a bad name.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
not good.
there's 4 teams. You have Team BJJ Fanatics, which is, if you don't know, one of the premier DVD sites to go buy all your DVD jiu-jitsu knowledge. They have Craig Jones, Nick Rodriguez, which is the blue belt, like heavyweight that wrestled.
Blue belt,
That
quote
wrestled,
unquote blue
yeah,
belt.
blue belt that wrestled his whole life. Edwin, how do you say his last name?
Najimi,
Najimi. Jake.
Triangle Master, World Champion,
Yeah.
Killer,
Yeah.
Assassin.
Yeah. You got Jake Shields, which is probably one of the best, like, MMA grapplers ever. And just grapplers.
And he's super good without the gi, man. He's
Yeah.
not the most fun dude to watch.
Right.
But his passing is fucking effective, and he gets on top of you and he holds you the fuck down and passes your shit.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't fucking talk shit about that. Like,
And then you got
he fucks people up.
Lachlan Giles, which I believe is like, I don't know if it's Craig Jones' teacher.
I believe that's true.
Yeah. So like that's kind of crazy. And then what's even crazier is that Jake Shields just has been outed. I don't know if it was an injury or whatever. And they just happened to get Gordon Ryan on that team. So already you got A team, you got A side of the bracket.
Yeah, when you add the gorilla, is this his first match back since the knee surgery?
I think it is actually. I think this is warm up.
He's looking big as fuck. Gordon Ryan looks like a fucking giant.
Dude.
Like he took all the testosterone and picked up every weight
ever. Yeah, ever. Like this dude is
he looks big as fuck.
huge. Like I'm like
And he's still young, so who knows if he's doing anything? Because like, there's so many like he's still pumping out growth hormone. You know what I'm saying?
This dude's
but God,
he is a giant.
the ball. Like if you want me to believe, you expect me to believe that man isn't enhanced. You expect me to believe that? I don't think he expects me to believe that. But I think there's a lot of his fans that if I was like, oh yeah, that dude does steroids, they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, hey, everyone does it. It's fine.
You know what's funny? There's like there used to be an account on Instagram called BJJ_steroids, and they would just rape Atos. They would just go after Atos, and everybody in that gym, they would just be like aggressive, like, hey, you see all these.
See, but that's probably like some dude from a gym like around the corner from them, right? It's probably some dude from fucking Checkmat who's like, yeah, fucking Atos.
I think they might have they might have said a little too much. The Atos guys in response, or Andre did. He should have kept his mouth shut and just ignored it. He addressed it.
What do you mean? What did he say?
I don't remember. If I recall correctly, he might have just been like, "It's not your business" or some shit like that. I don't know, but I don't want to misquote here. But I recall it was like, "I would."
No, feel free. We're just talking shit. Like, what's he gonna do to you? Like, Galval's not gonna fucking slap you. If someone's gonna get slapped, it'll be me, and I don't give a fuck.
Okay. It's
like, speak your mind. Whatever rumor you want to put out there about, go right the fuck ahead.
Yeah,
he'll survive it. Like, he's a fucking legend. He can take it.
Yeah.
And again,
yeah. No, it's true.
Who in their right mind thinks that Galval wasn't fucking on gear his entire fucking career? Like, anybody? No one's complaining about this.
No.
Like, it's essentially a level playing field at the top level because they're all fucking doing it or they're aware that they're all doing it.
Yeah.
So, like, no one's getting fucking duped here.
Nope.
Except for some white belt who's like,
no dupery.
Doing gi pull-ups right now, like with the fucking
with like the
jiu-jitsu motivation in his YouTube feed.
Grip strength trainers.
He's just like, I'm gonna be world champion.
Some,
just keep drinking these waters and
that
drink
acai.
this coconut water,
yeah,
eat
course.
this acai.
Nah, some assholes.
I'm gonna do these guard sit-ups. I'm gonna fucking make this shit happen. Like, all right, dude. You also gonna need to see your doctor.
Yeah, see your doctor. see your doctor for some special supplements.
Like, you want to make some friends? You want to learn some self-defense? Cool, bro.
Cool.
Jiu-jitsu for you. You want to win a world title? You're gonna need these needles, these sups.
Yeah,
I'm gonna push them on you. I'm gonna push them on you.
Hard.
You want to win that fucking blue belt now? You're gonna need some help.
Yeah,
everybody's fucking.
The gear. Everybody's got gear.
I'm just talking shit. Not everybody's on gear.
A lot of people. Anyway.
Yes. A lot of people.
Anyway, we got next.
Anyway.
Next team is Team Chris Lytle. Chris Lights Out Lytle. His team is Team Lights Out. It's Chris Lido, Rico Rodriguez, Joe Riggs, Munch Kiera. I don't know who this is. And have you ever heard Munch Kiera? Or
I have not.
and then Will Weed.
But I will also say you're doing a really shitty job at saying his name, so maybe I have heard of him and I don't know.
Well, the way is it's Manser Kiera. It's this.
No, I don't.
Yes.
I have no idea. I'm unplugging headphones and plugging in a charger.
Go for it.
Now you're a speakerphone guy.
Yeah, he's some brown looking dude. I'll show you a picture of him.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of brown he is, but he's interesting. He's got.
He's some kind of brown. All right. I lost you there for a second.
Yeah. There you go.
Complicated out here, man. I'm trying to do a lot of things.
That hairy chest.
Ew. That's a legit. That was a shoot. Ew. I'm not about. Dude, I used to have a certain person wax my chest back in the day.
Seal hair.
A person who we do not name on the podcast.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I don't even know this person's name.
I
so
used
it's
to
okay.
have an ex-lover.
Oh.
Put the fucking, you know those little like clear strips that you kind of rub on until they're warm? And
No,
you yank them off?
I don't.
Why? Because you're like a man and you don't wax things?
I don't. I'm a seal. I've been born a seal my whole life. I'm just starting to get hair.
You're a hairless wonder? Dude, I used to be a hairless wonder.
Yeah, dude. Like I didn't get hair on my legs till I was like 23, and I'm starting to get hair on my arms. It's because of
See,
all.
I have hair on my shins,
Yeah.
right? And on my calves a little bit. But like up my thigh, there's really nothing. And like, but my chest and my tummy
Yeah.
have way more hair than they've ever had in my life. Like I'm old now.
That's
It's over.
hilarious.
Thank God though, I don't have the taco meat.
Taco meat chest hair. That's right. You gotta get that guard. Fade 1 to 2.
It's because I'm probably not 100% Negro.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
Or I just got that good hair.
That
There's also that
Becky hair.
good hair.
Yeah.
I just, dude, I if I had the taco meat, I would make sure there was no hair. But like, I just don't really care that much anymore. I used to care more. It used to freak me out that I had chest hair.
You should comb it out, make it an afro.
It doesn't go that way. I'm not gonna display, but there are plenty of pictures of me with my shirt off. I don't think people would even think that I have any chest hair.
Like you don't sweat. It's the same thing. It's all an illusion.
These are myths.
These are all
These are myths
illusions
and lies
in the people's heads. Like
based on nothing.
Darren can't sweat. Darren has no hair, no chest hair. It's like, all right, well, there goes that. It's
All
like,
lies.
What else were people gonna say? Darren doesn't blink.
I don't what?
Darren doesn't blink. That's gonna be the next one. It's gonna be the next trend.
Oh,
Darren,
you're just making that one up.
yeah. It's like Darren.
I was like, that. No one's ever said that. You son of a bitch.
I've never seen Darren blink once. He always.
I've never seen it. Wait, now that you mention it,
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna go talk to Marcus tomorrow.
that's how it works.
I'm like, hey Marcus.
Say, now that you mention it,
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use Ish
you
and.
should talk to Marcus. Marcus has got his brown belt, yeah.
Yeah, I did. I was super pumped for him. I'm gonna go.
I'm happy for that guy. So Marcus Crawford is a former student of mine who is continuing his jiu-jitsu career, and with another team. And I only have love for this dude. I just want to see him like exceed, and any expectations that he has of himself, and any expectations that I've ever had of him. I just want him to do the best in his life. And so seeing him get that brown belt is so satisfying because as long as he doesn't, I'm not trying to sound dark here, but as long as he doesn't fuck it up, he's going to be a black belt.
Yeah.
And that black belt will help him potentially earn money for the rest of his life if he so chooses. And that's all I've ever wanted for that guy.
Yeah.
Was like the ability to be worth hiring outside of a regular fucking job. Like to make combat a possibility for earning forever.
Yeah.
It's why I pushed him toward teaching a little bit at certain points.
Mm-hmm.
It's because, man, like, who knows how far you're going to get in fighting
Yeah.
and how much you're going to earn. But you know what you can do that doesn't hurt you at all, that puts you in the culture? You can teach. You can earn and teach, and you're in the culture, and you don't take any shots to your face.
Yeah.
You don't take any bruises or bumps to your body necessarily. Like, it's the best, man. It's the best. And I wanted that to be an option for him if he so chose. And it's closer and closer to being a reality. So
Yeah.
shout out to him. And
Yeah.
shout out to Spiro as well. Even though
Them papers.
there are many things he has not done, I'm sure. I'm just gonna bury him because he'll appreciate this. I'm sure that he's been to the free clinic to fix his drippy dick more times than he's checked his email for anything from me. I would bet my left arm and my right nut
Oh.
that fucking Hellenistic piece of shit
Drippy dick.
has not once thought about following through on any of the tiny tasks that he was going to do for me, but I do not care because he's the fucking man, and I'm proud of him for getting his purple belt.
Yeah, no, that's
And
good.
I love him very much.
That's funny.
I just know that he can take a strong rib, so I'm
Yeah, bury him.
I know that he'll appreciate me calling him a piece of shit. Like I wouldn't do that if it would really hurt his feelings. Like that wouldn't be funny.
Drippy dick, damn.
Hey, he once said to me, he was like, "Yo, if you haven't had an STD, I don't even want to be friends with you."
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best jokes ever told. Like, what? You've never fucking? What are you not living out here? Like, what are you?
Risked it? No, you never risked it? No, never.
Like, come on, man. What are you gonna live forever? Fuck wrong with you?
And this is why Darren says having
You
sex.
do yoga too, you piece of shit. Like,
This is why Darren
I
says it's a
bet you're a
generational
fucking
thing.
vegan.
Not wearing condoms is a generational thing, and that's how you see, and that's where you see it right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a generational thing. Like, oh, I would never smoke a cigarette, but I'll raw dog any bitch I see.
So silly.
That's how you know you're a millennial.
There you go.
That's the test.
That's
I guess Dan Pena thinks it's the snowflake test is a good way to do it, but it's
Yeah.
not. The snowflake test is if someone Casey, let's give Casey the snowflake
Oh.
test. The question on the snowflake test. I already know how this is gonna go, but
I don't even know.
Casey,
I don't know this
if
question.
you were walking with your girl or your mom, if she wasn't your mom,
It
like,
wasn't directly my real mom. My real mom.
and somebody spit in her face, what would you do?
Oh, you're fucking getting murdered. I'm fucking you up. I'm fucking you up.
All right, now I already knew the answer to that.
Yeah.
That means that Casey's not a snowflake.
There you go.
I hope the audience heard that. So Casey's answer was, "Oh, you're getting murked.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking you up," and he didn't think about it.
It's like that's assault.
See,
That's
a lot of people are like, "Well, I try to figure out or
why.
consider what kind of day this man might be having and why he's so disturbed
Fuck that guy.
to have done this." And like, there are certain acts that would make me react the same way, right? Like, there are times where it's time to walk away, right? But if somebody has spit on like a woman who's near you,
Yeah.
if you don't do something physically immediately,
Yeah.
I think you've damaged that woman for the rest of her life. And here's what I mean. Even though in all reality, as long as that person didn't actually physically put their hands on her, she's probably essentially safe, quote unquote safe. Like, nothing's probably going to happen to her. She's not going to get seriously injured, right? She's probably going to be fine. She's going to wash her face off, put some Purell on that shit. We'll probably be all right. But she'll never feel safe again anywhere near you. She'll never feel like she is protected by you, which is one of your main fucking functions as a man. like if my mom was with me and somebody spit on her, I would try not to kill them because I don't want to go to jail for that long.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Like, that just seems normal to me. And like, at first I thought maybe dudes who are from honor cultures would react quicker than dudes from dignity cultures, right?
Yeah.
And I still think I'm right about that. I think more honor culture type thinkers are gonna go and try to kill that dude right away.
Yeah.
And more dignity culture guys than not would be like, oh, I don't know. But I think a lot of these dignity culture guys too, I think the overwhelming majority of guys would normally, so like, if I ask the question, if you asked me the question differently, if you said a dude spits on me, what happens next? I don't know. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends because I don't really care about my ego all that much. So if I don't feel like it's escalating to a point where I would have to kill this person, or they're so dangerous, like that they're a crazy person spitting on me, or they're just a disrespectful son of a bitch, it's different. But if I'm with someone who assumes they are safer for being with me and you spit on them, you're a dead person after that. But if you spit on me, I have a feeling if you spit on Casey, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that if you're having a bad day and you think the best way to make your day better is to spit on Mr. Smith, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
I advise you never to do that.
I agree.
But there's a chance you might get away with doing it to me. There's a chance you might get away with it.
Yeah.
Because my sense of like disrespect, I don't really give a fuck that much. But like, man, if you make somebody I'm with feel unsafe, I'll kill you.
My thought.
Does that make sense?
No, I get it. My thought is this: it's like if you spit on me, that's chemical warfare right there. We're going down. It's over. Like it's chemical warfare. Like I don't know what's in your body. Like think about that. Like they could spit, have the herpes.
I get that.
So it's chemical warfare. Yeah, we're going down. Like
You got hepatitis.
yeah, like I'm definitely coming to your house with some mustard gas. Like I'm gonna fuck your shit up. This is what's gonna happen. I'm giving you the keys. I'm giving said woman the keys. They're going.
Now you got the flu.
No, yeah, the lady's taking the keys. They go to the car. It's like,
yeah,
I'm following you to
where.
where.
No, I've made that decision before.
Yeah, like take the keys.
Like, hey, my love. Like this is exactly the conversation I had with my girl at the time. I was like, my love, I need you to get into the car and drive home.
Yes.
And she was like, well, what happens after that? Where are you gonna be? And I was like, well, I don't know where I'm gonna be. I was like, either I'll be home in 15 minutes, or I'll be asking you to bail me out, or like a lot of things can happen. But you don't need to be here.
Right.
You have to go.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta go.
That's the plan. It's like
We're about to fight this motherfucker right now. I can't believe this motherfucker just the audacity.
yeah, take the keys, go to the local police station. If I'm not there in like about an hour, then come back, circle the block, look for my body. If I'm on the ground.
I know it all worked out. It all worked out.
Right.
The altercation was brief. A person got thrown to the ground. It was no big deal.
Right. No, it's like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even throw any fucking punches.
You just threw his
it
person.
But like, I could tell that this shit was escalating and getting weird. And I'm like, all right, like, I'm not gonna fucking roll this drunk motherfucker with my girl here. She's never gonna see that.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, if I can avoid it, she will never see that. But I can tell that this is going a certain way. And now, I could have just gotten in the car with my girl.
You could have.
But I didn't want to do that.
But this person spit. Hold on. But did this person spit on you? Did this person spit on your girl? Or what happened?
No. This is a very minor thing.
Oh, like they just said something inappropriate.
It was a thing that was going on for a while.
We
And,
don't have to. We can say no more.
It was like more than one visit.
Say
Kind of started happening.
Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. Violence is always necessary.
I wouldn't even call it violence. It was more like a physical reckoning than violence. Like, it wasn't like, that's what I'm saying. I didn't hit this person.
Right.
I just made it really clear that they weren't in any control of their own physical destiny. Like, like I could make your whole life different real fast, and I'm not even that bad.
Yeah. Like,
you're just a regular person, dude. Like, you say crazy things about what you can do to people, but like, you're just a drunk guy standing here. Like, I could fucking hurt you. like, and I would like it. It would make me happy.
Yeah. That's always the
like,
weird.
I would have fun. Like, I would have fun doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't like that part of me. And like, it's not that I don't like it. I recognize how little control I have over it once it gets rolling.
There you go. That's the thing that scares me the most is the temptation of enjoyment. It's like, oh, well, I like this so much that I won't want to stop.
Yes. The answer is yes, probably.
Yes.
That's the answer.
And it's like,
so don't.
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
open that door.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that door stays closed.
Yeah.
Except for in like contexts where everything is obviously play.
Yeah.
Like in my real life, that's why I don't like yell at strangers, because I don't know what happens after that.
Right.
like the other day, I blacked out in my room for a brief second multiple times, and this is what happened. I'm trying to watch SummerSlam. This is how we're ending the podcast. We're done.
Oh,
so like,
it's over.
I'm trying to watch SummerSlam in my room.
Mm-hmm.
and it keeps being like too many streams, like too many people are trying to log on to this account. We're cutting this shit off. And I'm like, fuck, no, for the record. I have been more than generous with my password.
Yeah.
And it's never caused me a problem except for major events like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and apparently now SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So when it goes out like the 8th time, I come out to the living room. I was in my room, and I sit down, and I'm like smoking a joint with everybody. And I'm like, guys, like the stream keeps coming and going. And they're like, yeah, we know. And I'm like, how do you know? And they're like, we can fucking hear you. And I'm like, hear me what? Like, what did I do? And they're like, Casey's like, oh, let me show you what happened. So he just goes into character as me, and he walks into my room slowly, right? Closes the door, and then, like about 8 seconds later, I hear him go, God damn it! And then he walks back into the room, and he's kind of sort of stomping, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, dude, that happened like 3 or 4 times. And I'm like, what? I had no fucking clue.
Yes.
I had no clue.
Yes.
So, like, I got to a blackout level of anger, like multiple times in my house. But it happened all very, very briefly. And it was only because of professional wrestling. I haven't been angry at a person since we've been here to that level.
Yeah.
Like, but I did not know that I made any sound whatsoever. I had no idea. They was like, we heard you.
Yeah. No, it's funny actually. It's just like you just have no idea.
No. So imagine if I was super angry at a stranger and having fun hurting them. Like, no, like we cannot open that door.
It's like,
that's Pandora's
especially
box.
if you blacked out. Like, especially if you blacked out from like just not like I don't even know what happened. I was just snapped.
Looking like BJ Penn on top of Joe fucking Stevenson licking the blood. We don't need to open that.
No.
It's a dangerous thing to do.
No.
Anthony,
Darren.
do you have a piece of weird news prepared?
Oh, well, I guess no, I don't. I don't think so. I can give me a second. Actually, give me 1 second. It's gonna take me like 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
And by 1 second, I mean
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I still haven't managed to watch fucking Whitney Cummings' stand-up, and I really want to. One, because I think she's fucking hilarious, and I also think she's probably relatively insane. Anyone that takes care of animals really, really diligently usually has some fucking issues. But that doesn't really bother me. Like, she's smart enough to balance out how crazy she probably is. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and she's one of the most attractive people.
Fuck yeah, get to the point.
She's super, super, super hot. So it's easy to watch her, and she's funny.
So I don't have any piece of weird news, but I want to bring up this to your attention, and I think you should watch it as well. Have you ever heard of like Narwhal?
Norwalk.
Yeah, or Narwhal, I think is what his name is. Nardwar.
Oh, Nerdwar. Yeah.
Okay, so never mind.
He's a weird-looking dude that does interviews.
He does the best interviews ever.
Does he?
He knows things about, like, you know how like there's that joke is like, I know everything about you. I know when you won the 5th grade spelling bee. Like, but he actually knows that. Like, he'll pull up stuff about like who your best friend.
Like, it was the 3rd and 4th grade.
Yeah, like,
and the 2nd grade.
Yeah, like
I won the spelling bee.
He knows, like, he knows that, like, he'll find out things like who your best friend was, who you first had sex with, what's your favorite. Like, he knows everything. Like, he told Whitney Cumming who her best friends were in her private like middle school and high school life. He told her about her favorite teacher. He knows everything about you. Like, he researches, like, he knows everything. Like, he knows everything about like all the ASAP people, all of the Ferg people, or whatever they are. And
I don't want to meet this guy.
Like, once you become famous, he pulls out things about you that make you like even like famous people are like, oh my god, like this is the best interview I've ever had in my life. So yeah, that's my weird news. Watch Narwhal.
Okay, I know he does. He has a Billie Eilish episode, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't watched it yet.
He talks to Billie. I fuck with it. Yeah, I've heard of him, but I haven't been able to watch any of his things. So that I will look into as well. Anthony.
Darren.
Episode 192. 1992. That
Very good year for
was
you.
a good year.
Yeah.
That was a good year for hip hop. It was probably what was I? How old were you in '92? Were you alive yet?
No,
God
I
damn.
was 2 years being developed. I was still being developed in my dad's. I was traveling
How
from
does
my.
that work?
I was in my dad's eye, and I was slowly making my
sure?
way down his ball sack.
That sounds like a story. I don't know if it works that way.
I think it's true. I think everybody starts in their dad's eye, and like that's how.
As a glimmer.
Yeah, it's a
You
glimmer.
start as a glimmer, then you turn it. You turn into a little.
That's all.
sword.
That's basically that's what happens when you become an adult. Is like all your childhood dreams and memories go into that glimmer, and it travels down into your body, and all the hopes that you had for yourself go into your sack, and then that's how you make a person.
That's where hope lives.
Yeah, hope starts in your eye and lives and ends in your or ends in another girl's vagina if you do it right,
Another girl's vagina.
or different or a woman's vagina.
I like it better. I like thinking that hope lives in my balls.
Yeah, but
That's where hope is.
if you waste it, then
That's
it's
why
gone forever.
That's why you must never abandon it.
Yeah, you have to. There's only so many twinkles in your eye. If you ruin it by
I
like
need help. I need a doctor.
if you ruin it by using a condom, then it's over. That's what the millennials think.
Anthony, I hate you.
All right.
This is goodbye for real. Internet, to say that I love you is a fucking understatement. Thank you so much for listening to live streams. Thank you so much for subscribing to the audio. We appreciate you. There's a fucking event. What's the event that I just watched? You made me watch it.
Oh, I forgot how to say that dude's name. Shugo. Let me play it with my hairs.
Shugyo.
You need to
Shugio.
put that link in the
Shugio.
fucking comments for us, Anthony.
I will.
Put a link to that. We watched episode 1.
Yeah.
There's a dude named Max from Extreme who also trains at Zenith. He's a purple belt. He's a really high-level wrestler. He's in this little event, and I like the way it's shot. I think people should check it out. It reminds me a little bit of the fucking Kumite that Lloyd Irvin did, where they like documented this tournament format.
Yeah.
Shit is fire.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm getting IMs about things I can't control.
All right.
For now, I bid you adieu. I want to do a Kenny Omega. Goodbye, Internet.